Hey guys, it's been a while. In this video I thought I'd share some advice on a pretty unique topic, which is what to do while subscribed to SWTOR. Star Wars The Old Republic is unique in the sense that the game requires you to pay for a monthly subscription in order to have the complete experience. While the game is free to play and you can get a lot of gameplay out of it, there are a lot of restrictions. Like a lot. You'll have access to the class stories and stuff, but you will feel like a second-class citizen while playing it. Even if you, like me, decide to save up for as many account-wide unlocks as you can, you'll never have a fully unrestricted experience with the game unless you are subscribed to it. There are some barriers like the credit cap and no access to operations that will always be there unless you subscribe. So, with that in mind, how do we ensure that we get the most out of our subscription time, that we get the most milk out of that bantha? I don't know where this is going. So I have constructed a YouTube-friendly numbered list that is divided into chapters that cover the most important things to keep in mind while subscribed. If this feels like one of those Disney theme park guides that help you optimize your trip, it's because that's basically what it is. Also, I decided to name the chapters using the Star Wars movies because it's funny. Episode 1, the Phantom Character Creation. Basically, one of the bigger restrictions you have while not being a subscriber is noticed right when you open up the game, which is not having the ability to play as most of the alien species unique to Star Wars in a Star Wars game. Which is so stupid. I have a feeling that allowing all players full access to character creation would actually help the game, because then people could make the character that they want from the get-go, which I think is a pretty big selling point of the game, and would lead more people to want to pay for the full experience, but I digress. Lucky for us, there are ways to unlock the alien species permanently while we are subscribed, so we retain access to them even after the sub runs out. There are two ways, one that involves credits and one that does not. The credit-based route requires you to unlock the individual species through the Legacy tab. The price of unlocking species this way is 1.5 million credits per species, which is something you have to do while subscribed because of the credit cap being 1 million. Now, the other method does not involve credits, but it does take a lot longer to do. Basically, in order to unlock a species without outright purchasing the Legacy unlock, we have to get a character of that species to level 50. Like I said, this takes a while to do, but if you would rather go this route, here's what I recommend. While you're subscribed, you create a character with each of the species that you want to unlock. This way, they're still playable after your sub runs out, and you can take your time to play each of them to level 50. Both of these methods will let you permanently unlock those species on that particular server. However, the caveat here is that 3 of the playable species in the game, Cathar, Nautilus and Togruta, cannot be unlocked this way. In fact, they are not even available simply by subscribing to the game. These species are only unlocked through buying them using cartel coins. Why make the experience better when they can charge you even more money for it? Episode 2, Attack of the Fashion. Let's be real here, a lot of us like dressing up our space Barbies in cool outfits. And while that is definitely possible as a free-to-play player, the 1 million credit cap limits the options available to you quite a bit. This means that while you are subscribed, you have a limited opportunity to buy a lot of those outfits that you otherwise can't, usually the ones that players are selling on the GTN. For that reason, before you subscribe, I highly recommend saving up as many credits as possible and storing them in your Legacy bank. That's because, unlike your inventory, your Legacy bank can hold an uncapped amount of credits. And then, once you start your subscription, you can go shopping for all the outfits that cost more than 1 million credits, like a SWTOR shopping trip. If you care about outfits, I highly recommend using SWTORista's website, SWTORista.com, and using the outfit catalog there to figure out which outfits you're going for. You might need to look them up on the GTN to see what the price is, and then start saving up credits for those items. This way, once you're subscribed, you've already decided which items you want to pick up, and made sure you have the credits for them. Episode 3, Legacy Unlocks of the Sith. Star Wars The Old Republic has something called Legacy Unlocks, which can unlock different features or perks within the game. Like for example, the species we talked about earlier are Legacy Unlocks. Some Legacy Unlocks are per character and some are for your whole legacy, which are all characters on that server. Why am I talking about this? Well, besides the species, there are other legacy unlocks that cost more than 1 million credits that you might not want to miss out on while you are subscribed. The most notable ones being Rocket Boost, which allows you to briefly move faster in locations where you can't use your mount. It's pretty useful when getting to and from quests and stuff. Improved Mounting. It's just a convenient perk that lets you hop on your mount while moving. It should be the way it works by default, but it's not. Field Legacy Cargo Hold. This is also just a convenient ability that lets you summon a droid that works as a legacy bank, which is really useful for quickly storing credits or grabbing items on the fly, so you don't have to go back to the fleet. Most of these unlocks aren't necessary at all, but I think they're definitely worth considering picking up while you're subscribed. Episode 4, a new Stronghold. If you like dressing up your space Barbies, you might also want to get a place for them to live, a Stronghold, which is really just the next evolution of Club Penguin Igloos. Star Wars The Old Republic has quite a variety of unique abodes, all located in different beautiful corners of the galaxy, including Tatooine, Manon, Yavin 4, Alderaan, Rishi, Nar Shaddaa, and more. You can decorate and customize these homes with Stronghold decorations to get the true Star Wars Sims experience. But it's gonna be another big purchase you want to make while you are subscribed. For example, the Yavin 4 Stronghold has an initial cost of 2.5 million credits, and the Alderaan one has an initial cost of 4 million credits. I say initial cost because that isn't even the price for the full thing. For the Alderaan Stronghold, the 4 million credits is just the price of the front yard, which mind you is huge, but it's still quite funny. You have to unlock the additional rooms by paying even more credits, bringing the total cost of the Alderaan Stronghold to 17.6 million credits, which is a whole lot more than what was advertised. Imagine purchasing a house in the real world and then realizing you only have access to the front door and a hallway. Want access to the bathroom? Well, you gotta pay extra for that. I really hope this joke doesn't age like milk. Once again, if you're interested, I recommend the Stronghold comparison table on the SWTOR website. There you can see the full cost of each Stronghold, and you even get some nice pictures of what you're getting for that price. Episode 5, Operation Strike Back. In Star Wars The Old Republic, operations are large-scale, group-based missions with big boss fights designed for either 8 or 16 players. Operations are considered endgame content, which basically means it's designed for max level characters. Apart from the story expansions, which are unlocked permanently as soon as you subscribe, operations are the only activities that are only available to subscribers. Like a theme park attraction, you cannot play operations unless you are currently subscribed to the game. Therefore, you may want to try it out while you can. Now, you might be disappointed to hear this, but I'm not very knowledgeable in this area. I've played Operations once, and I didn't like it very much. But that isn't to say that you won't. Therefore, if you're interested in trying Operations, I'd refer you to this video by SWTOR instead. Bonus tip, Episode 6, Return of the Credits. Important bonus tip, make sure that you don't have any characters holding more than 1 million credits when your subscription runs out. Otherwise, any excess credits will be sent to the credit prison, aka the escrow, where you can only get your money back if you pay with cartel coins. You can only get the money if you pay more money. Yeah, it's not a great deal, so just make sure to deposit any credits above 1 million into your legacy bank, and you're good. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful, give it a like if you did. Enjoy your trip to Star Wars The Old Republic, and may the Force be with you.